Have you ever stopped to wonder if everything we thought we knew about the Warriors' roster-building plan was just a clever smokescreen? What if the very headline we cheered turned out to be hiding a twist so bold that it could redefine the franchise for years to come? Could the brightest star of the college ranks be slipping through our fingers, or, better yet, landing right in our Bay Area backyard? Welcome back to Warriors News Fan Report, where every rumor is examined, every possibility explored, and every fan voice matters. Tonight, the buzz around the league is swirling with one electrifying whisper. What if the Golden State Warriors have quietly secured the commitment of Duke's generational phenom, Sion James? That's right, rumors out of a recent Yahoo Sports report suggest that the Warriors are not only showing serious interest, but may already have the nod from Zion himself to join the Blue and Gold dynasty as soon as the draft rolls around. But hold on. Our journey into this potential blockbuster move begins with more questions than answers, because sometimes the most explosive insights are hidden between the lines. It all started when a Yahoo Sports insider dropped a tantalizing nugget: Golden State Warriors showing serious interest in Duke standout Sion James, read the headline. A quick scroll through the article reveals how Warriors executives, still reeling from the shock of the last season's early playoff exit, have been discreetly courting top pro prospects. According to the report, front office scouts were spotted at Cameron Indoor Stadium during Duke's March Madness run, scribbling down every step Zion took, every bounce of the ball, and every eye-popping dunk. But what does that really mean? Is it possible that the same Warriors who once believed their championship window was firmly sealed could now be eyeing the man who many call the most physically gifted freshman in decades? If you rewind to last season, the Warriors' offense was an unstoppable juggernaut, until injuries and lack of interior size exposed vulnerabilities that even Steph Curry's deep bombs couldn't patch. Draymond Green valiantly held the defense together, and Klay Thompson provided his steady off-ball shooting, but there was a nagging depth issue in the paint that haunted us come crunch time. Now, imagine a scenario where Sion James, fresh off, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds per game in his lone college season, steps into Chase Center and immediately asserts himself as the team's primary rim threat. Picture every opponent's defense forced to choose: guard Steph's lethal pull-up threes or collapse on Zion's thunderous drives. The mere thought sends ripples through every contender's game plan. Yet skepticism lingers. Would this collegiate Marvel be willing to join a super team where he might not touch the ball as much as he did at Duke? Could he adjust to the Warriors' system of unselfish ball movement? Or would his natural inclination to dominate in isolation clash with Golden State's fluid philosophy? Some insiders believe that Zion's basketball IQ and humble demeanor indicate he could thrive in any structure. After all, legends say he spent extra hours studying Warriors film, marveling at how they unlocked the modern game. Could this be more than just interest? Is it possible that the front office has already had secret phone calls with Zion's camp, assuring him that he would be the piece that bridges the next dynasty phase? The historical context only fans the flames. Recall how the Warriors turned heads a decade ago by drafting the sharpshooting Splash Brothers, then adding Draymond Green to their core, moves once considered risky but ultimately revolutionary. Now, trading future draft assets or young rotation players to acquire a top three, picked to land Zion might be seen as a similar leap of faith. What if Steve Kerr, ever the master communicator, has already pitched Zion on a vision where he becomes the heir apparent, soaking up wisdom from Curry and Klay while also stamping his own mark as the franchise's face of the future? Fans are wondering if this could be the beginning of a new era where the splash zone widens to include the raw force of Sion James crashing through lane defenses. Of course, word on the street is that rival teams aren't sitting idly by. Lakers devotees pepper social media with "What if Zion joins LeBron instead?" discussions, while Suns fans fret over how their own young big man would match up against a Warrior lineup featuring Duke's finest. But insiders suggest Golden State's advantage isn't just cap space or draft positioning, it's the promise of immediate championship contention. After all, Sacramento, Portland, and Oklahoma City might offer more playing time, but only. The Warriors can guarantee the chance to chase rings alongside 3 established future Hall of Famers. Could Zion really turn down that allure? Some ESPN analysts believe he wouldn't, arguing that youthful stars often crave the ultimate validation that only a title can provide. And let's not forget the numbers. At Duke, Zion James commanded attention like no freshman before him, averaging 22 points on 62% shooting while hauling in nearly 12 rebounds per game. His player efficiency rating was off the charts, and scouts drooled over his ability to dominate both ends of the floor without relying on a single jump shot. Yet, when asked if he could expand his range, Zion responded humbly, "I'll do whatever it takes to win." Could that mantra be the secret handshake that earns him an invite from Golden State? A franchise known for transforming role players into all-stars might see Zion not as a disruption, but as the ultimate complement to their ultra-versatile scheme. Fans have already taken to forums and podcasts to dissect every rumor detail. Some tweet about catching glimpses of pre-draft workout visuals featuring Warriors logos painted on the court. Others point to offhand comments from Duke's coach praising the organization's culture. Could these breadcrumbs indicate that the deal is more than just a pipe dream? What if the real story isn't whether Zion ends up in San Francisco, but how the front office maneuvers its assets to make it happen? Weeks of clandestine phone calls, behind-the-scenes negotiations, and maybe even a sly agreement that wouldn't publicly surface until the night of the draft. But for every hopeful believer, there's a cautious skeptic who argues that committing to Zion James would require giving up future picks and valuable young depth pieces, maybe even shipping out. Someone like Jonathan Kuminga, whose athletic ceiling remains tantalizingly high. Would Golden State's brass really pull the trigger on trading away proven talent for a one-and-done collegiate star? Could that gamble backfire if Zion struggles to adapt to the league's physicality or faces early career injuries? Some doubters claim that history is littered with college phenoms who never fully transitioned, their NBA dreams unfulfilled by unfortunate foot injuries or untimely misfortunes. Is Zion the exception or the rule? If you're as hyped as I am for Warriors News Fan Report, smash that like button, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the drama in blue and gold. Now, imagine Zion James arriving at Chase Center and immediately joining a rotation already stacked with all-stars. Could this mean that Draymond Green shifts from his usual point-forward role into a hybrid defensive anchor, allowing Zion to patrol the paint with thunderous authority? Is it possible that Klay Thompson's off-ball shooting becomes even more lethal when defenses collapse on Zion's post-up attacks? Some insiders believe that pairing Zion's 22-point, 12-rebound college average with Stephen Curry's MVP caliber 30-point, 6-assist season could create an offensive juggernaut that no Western Conference team is prepared for. Fans are wondering if this addition will transform Golden State into the new king of spacing. Imagine Steph pulling opposing bigs to the three-point line while Zion dunks over anyone who dares close out too early. Consider the implications on the rotation. Would Jonathan Kuminga's high-flying athleticism be relegated to spot minutes, or could his youthful exuberance complement Zion's physicality in small-ball lineups? Andrew Wiggins, coming off a season where he averaged 18 points and 5 rebounds, might slide into a role as the secondary wing scorer, taking some pressure off Curry's playmaking duties. Could this three-headed monster of Curry, Wiggins, and Zion unlock a simplified spacing scheme that elevates every role player? Imagine Kevin Looney finding more rim opportunities as defenses collapse, or Jordan Poole unleashing transition pull-up threes because opponents can no longer focus solely on Curry's gravity. Off the court, the echoes have been immediate. Social media exploded with tweets from Bay Area season ticket holders, Some clamoring, "This is the move that finally secures us a dynasty without end," while others cautioned, "Don't forget the risks, Zion's foot history and learning. Curve could disrupt team chemistry." On fan forums, former Warriors greats like Rick Barry and Nate Thurmond were invoked in nostalgic comparisons. Could Zion become the modern embodiment of that fearsome center who anchored our championship? Teams, ESPN analysts have weighed in, suggesting that if Zion averages even a modest 18 points and 8 rebounds in his rookie year, Golden State's bench depth might shrink, forcing Coach Kerr to play his stars heavy minutes and risk fatigue late in the season. Meanwhile, local bar debates have reached fever pitch. One group argues that Zion's addition makes Dallas and Phoenix irrelevant in the Western hierarchy. "If Zion and Steph are both on the floor, who stops them?" one fan yelled over the din. Another countered, "But what about playoff rotations? Can we trust rookie instincts in must-win games?" The uncertainty is palpable, and that's exactly the kind of suspense Warriors Newsfan Report thrives on. From a strategic standpoint, opponents will have to adjust. Teams like the Los Angeles Clippers, already stressing over how to contain Curry's pull-up game, now face the added nightmare of doubling into the paint and still conceding catch-and-shoot opportunities to Clay or Poole. Could this force every other franchise to seek their own power forwards or pivot to a zone-heavy defense that dares Zion to beat them from mid-range? Some coaches believe that only the most versatile defenders, like Anthony Davis or Bam Adebayo, stand a chance at slowing Zion's momentum in the playoffs. In terms of season trajectory, the trade deadline suddenly looms larger. If Golden State runs hot early with Zion integrated smoothly, they could push for home court advantage throughout the postseason, something they haven't secured since their 2019 finals run. Yet if early struggles emerge, mid-season growing, pains by a rookie adjusting to NBA speed, the front office might scramble for veteran help, potentially targeting a playoff-tested big man as insurance. Fans are already placing hypothetical over-under bets on Zion's rookie three-point percentage and his block numbers, envisioning a stat line of 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game as the benchmark for success. Off the hardwood, the cultural impact would be seismic. Season tickets that typically sold out have now become the hottest commodity in the Bay Area. Corporate sponsors are reportedly circling, eager to associate their brands with this new King of the Bay moniker. Nike, already connected to Curry, is rumored to be drafting a signature shoe line for Zion that features Bay Area landmarks. Could this marketing frenzy elevate not only the team but the entire region's identity as a basketball mecca? Some analysts believe that attendance and merchandise revenue could skyrocket by 30% in the first year, giving ownership the financial leeway to pursue future superstars or extend current veterans. As the regular season unfolds, the fit between Zion and the established stars will be under constant scrutiny. Could a mid-season matchup against the Lakers, featuring a showdown between Zion's raw power and LeBron's savvy leadership, signal the ultimate litmus test for this marriage of talent? Fans are already penciling in those dates on their calendars, ready to witness history in person. Some insiders even suggest that if Golden State clinches the West by more than 10 games, they might rest starters in late-season contests, giving Zion extra runway to refine his half-court game under real NBA pressure. But let's bring it back to you, Warriors faithful, because your voice is what truly shapes the narrative. Now, as the season heats up, what do you believe will define our destiny? The calculated risk of integrating a generational physical specimen, or the tried-and-true formula of letting our established core lead the charge? Personally, as a die-hard Warriors supporter, I believe that Zion's arrival represents a once-in-a-generation opportunity to merge strength and finesse into a playoff-ready powerhouse, one that could rewrite the history books. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, share your thoughts, and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Report so you never miss another explosive update.